Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me. This is Jeff Trevarthen, Jeff the Mortgage Pro, and I appreciate you watching the show today. Today we're going to be looking at, is conventional better than FHA? So here's what I've done. I've put together an analysis for you showing a scenario where a conventional conforming loan might be better than an FHA loan in some instances. So let's jump right in. If you take a look at the analysis that I've created here, this is a $500,000 purchase with 5% down. And the reason I did 5% down is just so that we can compare apples to apples here in terms of both the FHA loan amount and the conventional loan amount. So the minimum typically for conventional purchases is 5% down, with the exception of some first-time homebuyer programs that you can use for that. But FHA has a minimum of 3.5% down. So I wanted to make sure that we're comparing apples to apples in this one. So 5% down in each of these examples here. You can see the estimated interest rate for the conventional purchase at 5% down is 6.375%. And even though in this instance, we have an FHA loan, the interest rate is actually a little bit lower. It's 6%. Wow, you're saying, okay, this may actually be a better loan in some instances, and you'll see in another video when it really actually is. So this is a 30-year fixed type of a loan. We're going with a down payment, or excuse me, a total payment with monthly principal, interest, taxes, and insurance and mortgage insurance of $35.91 for the conventional 5% down. And then with the FHA purchase, 5% down, our monthly payment is $36.75.34. So just a little bit more, about $83.60 more than what the conventional loan payment is. And you can see in both of these instances, the cash to close is roughly the same. Now, this is excluding some closing costs and fees for each of these different types of loans, we're just trying to compare what do the payments look like and how are they different on a conventional versus an FHA loan. So over on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see that the monthly payment difference is $83.63 to the positive for the conventional side of the mortgage. That means that one's probably going to be the better or lower payment. The savings that you would have over 60 months is going to be $10,435. And the interest and mortgage insurance that you would pay in 15 years is less on the conventional mortgage with a 5% down payment. So 409,844 would be that number after 15 years. Whereas if you were doing the FHA loan, 421,232. That's if you kept that loan for this long. So let's look at the more info button real quick, and you can see the payment breakdown screen here. And this is going to be indicative of where the difference is in our monthly payment. And if we look here, you can see that the principal and interest on the first is actually more on the conventional side because it had a higher interest rate than it is on the FHA side. The property taxes are the same. The hazard insurance estimates are the same, but the mortgage insurance is where the big difference is. So when you have really good credit, it's going to have lower mortgage insurance for the conventional mortgage program. So in this instance, you can see that the mortgage insurance for a 5% down loan at $475 with a $500,000 purchase price at a 780 FICO is roughly $47.50 a month. Whereas FHA is not as credit dependent as the conventional mortgage is. So it still has the same mortgage insurance regardless of what the credit is. And that's going to be 0.5%, which is the rules that have just changed recently here in 2023. So 196.81 would be the mortgage insurance that you would have to pay for the FHA purchase with 5% down. So I think all in all, when it comes to it, at the very end of the day, the instance in this particular analysis, the conventional would be the lower monthly payment. And the reason being is that it has lower mortgage insurance than the FHA does, especially when you have a better credit borrower that may fit into that particular example. So hopefully you found this beneficial. If you did, please make sure that you schedule a call with me later on. I'll put the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to chatting with you again next time. Have a good day.